Okay, paper 2, question 2. We're going to insert a graph page, and we have to make sure that the settings are set for three-dimensional graphing to tackle this particular question. So pressing menu will change view to 3D graphing, and it's asking us for the equation of the first plane. Now we have to rearrange the given equation of 2x take away y plus 3z equals 2 so that z is the subject. So what we can do is just do a lot of it mentally. The 2 from the right hand side, we then subtract 2x from both sides, we then add y to both sides, and then we divide both sides by 3. So that expression there should be what z would be if you rearranged it. When you press enter, you get one of the planes. Okay, we'll just click into press tab and get the second entry line up and do the exact same process. So we have -2, we take away 3x from both sides, we take away y from both sides, and then we divide both sides by 2. Second plane is there. For the third plane, open up said brackets, we have q, we're going to add x to both sides, we're going to subtract 2y from both sides, and then we're going to divide both sides by p. Now this expression has got p's and q's, and at the moment they're undefined, so no extra plane will turn up. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a few sliders and change the values of p or q accordingly. So if I go to menu, choose actions, and do insert slider, I can call the name of this first slider to be p, and I've no idea what values of p and q we're going to have, but I'm just going to make sure I can change them between -10 and 10, and I'm going to just hope and pray that the step size is 1. So this is going to take on values between -10 and 10 in steps of 1. In other words, integer values between -10 and 10. So we'll play around and we'll make that a vertical slider. We'll also minimize it to make it as small as possible, and we'll click OK. And so now I have this slider here. I'm just going to move it up there and park it in the top left hand corner. It's a pretty good place to put these things. Let's go ahead and create a slider for Q as well. So menu, actions, insert slider. I'm going to go for Q. I'm going to go for, again, a minimum of -10. I'm going to go for a step size of 1. Again, I'm going to make it a vertical slider. I'm also going to minimize it so it takes up the minimum amount of space on the page, and I'm just going to pick that up and park it over there on the left just below Q. So you may have noticed the graph has been spinning around there. If I press the letter O for origin, it resets the view, and you can see the change in the values of Q for this plane moves it up and down. Changing the values of P seems to tilt it. So we have to sort of play around, and you can obviously have gone ahead and done the calculations, but P being equal to -3 and Q being equal to -4 does seem to give us a good line of intersection, and we can test that by just using the arrow keys to spin this diagram around. And if we can look along the line of intersection like so, you can start to see that at this point here we are indeed looking down the line of intersection. If I just press O again, I can reset the view. Pressing X or Y or Z changes the viewpoint. I can press O to go back. I can press A for animation, and you can start to see with these values of P and Q it looks plausible. So anything you've done algebraically you'll be able to verify here before you move on to the next question. We're done.